Ansible Network Automation is a powerful extension of Ansible. It's designed specifically for managing network devices like switches or routers. Hey there and welcome. First thing first, Ansible is an open source automation tool that simplifies IT tasks like configuration management, application deployment, and task automation. It is best known for its simplicity and powerful capabilities, making life easier for IT professionals. I am one of them and I love Ansible. But what sets Ansible Network Automation apart? Simply put, it's Ansible, but specifically designed to handle the complexities and scale of network devices. While traditional Ansible is great for servers and applications, Ansible Network Automation is fine-tuned for networking gear, allowing network engineers to automate configuration, provisioning, and management across multitude of devices. Let me share with you a story from my daytime job that hopefully you can relate to. This is a small team that uses on-prem hardware infrastructure for its software deliveries. Traditionally, one person and network admin takes requests from the rest of the team and translates them into network devices configuration changes. The network admin is smart and uses Ansible to automate the changes. By the way, don't get fooled by the picture. The team is very diverse and doesn't employ just the blonde males. The problem is when too many teammates ask network admin for a network change. He gets swamped and upset. Also, the network admin doesn't want to live in its networking silo. He wants to expand and do other types of work. Anyway, the entire team is already familiar with Ansible since it's the best tool to manage any type of compute endpoints at scale. They also have some understanding of networking. Thanks to Ansible, they can join the network admin as they please and make the necessary changes independently and get out of the role at any time. This approach empowers team members to learn skills outside their comfort zone, fostering something we care about a lot, a culture of continuous learning. However, with so many cooks in the kitchen, the team could end up stepping on each other's toes, changes, causing misconfiguration and confusion. That's where the version control system Git comes into play. By integrating Ansible and Git into our pipeline, we create accountability and have a quick way to roll back any potential harmful changes. It supports transparency and is essentially self-documenting, which is invaluable for team collaboration and ensuring consistent configuration. Now the kicker is that the model scales out horizontally. We can have a larger group of network engineers and an army of blonde male employees requesting changes. And since the process is now managed by Ansible with version control capabilities such as Git, the requested changes get implemented efficiently without interruption to the underlying infrastructure. Okay, that was a theory, but how does all this work, you ask? Let me demonstrate. To kick things off, let's install Ansible. It's as simple as running your regular package install commands. I use Fedora Linux, and for that, we'll use dnf install Ansible command. We're also going to need Paramico Python library for networking SSH connections. So let's just install it now. Next, I'll install the Dell OS X collection for my Dell switches. You can do this by running Ansible Galaxy collection install and the name of your collection. OS X collections allows me to manage my Dell OS X devices using Ansible playbooks. But it's really not much different from automating any other networking equipment like Cisco, Juniper, or Arista. You can find more details online by Googling Network Ansible Automation and, for example, searching Cisco iOS. Stop right there. I know what you're going to say, all your Ansible ninjas out there. Running collections locally is so last decade. Why haven't I built a custom execution environment? And you would be right that I could have done it, but the end result is going to be comparable and building an execution environment would add some complexity. So let's leave this out for now. Going back to our example, with Ansible and the network device collection install, the next step is to create a simple inventory of our switches. An inventory file is just a list of devices Ansible will manage, and here's a simple example of such file. Now, let's execute a simple ad hoc command to display the most common command, such as showing the interface status for all my switches. Even with just this simple example, I bet you already recognize how powerful this process is. Next up, Let's write a simple playbook to automate another common network admin task, such as configuring an interface. Here's a basic playbook to configure an interface on our Dell OS X switches. It's a single task playbook that sets Ethernet port 1140 to no shutdown and applies desired description. To run this playbook, use the following command: Ansible playbook -i inventory configure interface YAML. Look at the output of the run, successful with one item changed. You can rerun the playbooks as many times as you want, and since no change has been made, it should no longer show the changed objects. This is quite powerful when sharing access to the same environment with others, since your playbooks will always ensure any changes done manually would get reset and normalized based on the specified playbook code. Finally, let's take this to another level and look at how we can present a full automation workflow using Git and Ansible automation platform. This involves storing our playbooks and switch configuration in a Git repository and using the Ansible automation platform to manage and execute them. Git repo will store a playbook that first dumps the current configuration and then applies the desired new config that is stored in a template file. Now switching to Ansible controller dashboard, we're going to add each switch, its IP and operating system under the host section. Group them all together in inventories. The project is where we link the Git repository of playbooks and configurations. Credentials allow us to store networking devices' passwords in the encrypted vault. Now we can use templates to build fancy user interface for our new network admins. This is where we tie all of the previously discussed components together. Just to make the experience as easy as possible, we can take advantage of the survey feature that translate user input into Ansible variables. Let's execute the playbook from the dashboard to demonstrate how users will interact with our new shiny system. They first get to pick pre-entered credentials and then matching it with the network device they want to update. Since we haven't made any change to the configuration stored in Git, no changes are being observed in our run output. Everything worked fine and our leave to device is now normalized. Now let's demonstrate making changes to the configuration. Since this is a live environment, I'm just going to add description to one of the ports, then save my changes and commit and push the changes to my shared Git repository with appropriate description of the changes. Next, I will quickly verify the new config has been applied to my Git repository, and I can even check the history describing the exact changes. Then, I'm switching to Ansible controller to first refresh the project, which by the way can occur automatically. Finally, rerun playbook to the same network device. This time, the last task show up as yellow, indicating change has been applied. I can drill down to see the details. Let's ensure the switch itself actually reflects the change I just made. Hey, look at that! My new description of the port is there. And that is it. We've successfully demonstrated how to install Ansible, create an inventory, run ad hoc commands, write a playbook, and integrate everything with a Git and Ansible automation platform. With these steps, you can streamline your network management and make your life a lot easier. On top of that, you get a self-documenting system that can be used by multiple people and without conflicting operations. Win, win, and win all around. How do you manage your networking infrastructure today? Do you use Ansible, or is it mostly still a manual process? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope this video has been helpful, and thanks for watching.